you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people. Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live it. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. You jump in, we'll talk about your life, your money. It is a free call, and some say the advice is worth what you pay for it. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Gordon starts off this hour in Milwaukee. Hey, Gordon, what's up in your world?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve, sir. How can I help?
I have a small business of cell phone repair, and I am exploring options. One option is buying broken cell phones from Craigslist and eBay and repairing those and selling those. But I suspect some of those might be stolen. So this is an ethical question. How do I make sure that I'm doing the right thing?
Well, you certainly don't want to intentionally buy stolen goods for multiple reasons. Is there a way in that business that the serial numbers can be checked out?
Yes, of course. I'm talking about the things that I cannot make sure, like those are stolen for sure.
Well, what? If someone's selling a cell phone on eBay, can you not take the serial number and check to see if it's stolen before you purchase it?
Yes, that I can check, but the one I'm talking about is like the parts.
Oh, the parts, where somebody steals a cell phone and then parts it out on eBay. You can't check those.
Yes.
Okay. I would try to only deal with reputable sellers. And eBay,
Okay.
You've obviously got a rating system. You've got power sellers and so forth. And if you can if you can find someone that's got a steady stream of cell phone parts and they're reputable sellers, they don't appear to be an eBay fence. eBay doesn't tolerate that stuff. If they can find it, they dump them pretty quick. But I mean, if you got a guy on there, he's done 5 transactions. And, and all of a sudden he pops up with cell phone parts. Oh, and by the way, he's got parts to other stuff, too. It looks like he's fencing the stuff. I'd probably stay away from him. But just because you don't want that spirit on your business. But, I'm going to do a reasonable amount of due diligence to try to avoid that. But at the end of the day, you can't completely guard against it unless it's a serial numbered item, correct?
Yes.
And so... I wouldn't say I would never buy something on eBay because one out of every number of whatever hundreds might be stolen. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't completely rule out eBay. But I would try to use some common sense and judgment about the people I'm dealing with and make sure I'm not accidentally dealing with a fence.
Okay, that answers my question.
Then I would go forward. So, I mean, the way I answer stuff like this, a good way to look at the things is treat other people like you'd want to be treated. And, if it feels like you're doing the wrong thing, you're probably doing the wrong thing. Just figure out, how would you want to be treated in these situations, and that's the way you treat other people. I'm not sure how that actually applies here, come to think of it. But, I mean, because we're not trying to treat the thief right, so I think I screwed that up. But anyway, there's a couple things I use when I'm looking at business ethics. One is I do use the moccasin rule, the golden rule. Walk a mile in their moccasins. Treat other people like you want to be treated, number one. Number two, when in doubt, I don't. I used to say, I got a bad gut feeling about this. And a good pastor friend of mine who's 85 years old, he said, don't call the Holy Spirit a gut. It's not a gut feeling. It's God's Spirit. Listen. And so if you've got a check in your spirit, when in doubt, don't. But that wouldn't cause me to rule out an entire thing of eBay. It would be that particular eBayer that I don't feel good about, and so I'm not going to do that deal. And so when in doubt, don't, and treat other people like you want to be treated. That solves a whole lot of business ethics issues right there. Now, that's a better explanation. All right. Judy is in Tucson. Hi, Judy. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
Well, I'm honored.
I'm honored with your program. It's very educational. I have been retired for 3 years, and I'm living off of my second pension as well as Social Security. I have emergency money, $20,000. I owe $27,000 on my home. This is a second-time mortgage on it due to a divorce, so I'm rebought it. I have in my first retirement $71,000 in mutual funds. I was hurt in 2008 when all this stuff went down the tube, and I don't want to do this again. Do you recommend that I take my mutual funds, take $27,000 from it, and pay my home off?
Is $71,000 your only nest egg?
Plus the $20,000 emergency.
Right. You don't have any other money saved. You got a pension coming in. How big's your pension?
I have, between my Social Security and my second pension, I clear $34.70 a month.
Mm-hmm. And you can live on that?
Oh, yes. And I pay for my repairs. Credit cards, they're paid off on a monthly basis, so I owe nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you said you're how old?
65.
Mm-hmm. It scares me a little bit to leave you with only $40-something thousand in your nest egg plus your emergency fund. That's a little slim for me. Matter of fact, it's a lot slim for me. But I love the idea of you having the house paid off. I'm probably going to go ahead and do it, but I really want you to watch your P's and Q's and see if you can't continue to build some savings even out of your income, especially now that you don't have a house payment by paying it off, right?
Right.
So,
oh, definitely.
Yeah, if you had $700,000, it'd be a lot easier to make this decision than $70,000.
Oh, I had $71,000 in the mutual fund.
I know.
Okay.
I said if you had $700,000, it'd be a lot easier to make the decision, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No kidding, Dave, right? But the point being that it just scares me because it's a lot of your nest egg. That's the scary part of the equation. It's a high percentage of your nest egg. If you had $700,000, then even if it was the same percentage, it'd be easier to make the decision. But I'm probably going to go ahead and pay that mortgage off in this situation. But you're going to have to be very, very, very careful going forward. And of course, I don't recommend credit cards. I recommend debit cards, even if you're paying off the credit card every month. So I'm going to move you away from that idea as well. And you know that as a long-time listener. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Matt follows me on Twitter at Dave Ramsey. How can I get a mortgage without a credit score? Well, it's called manual underwriting. It's how mortgages used to be done. And not a lot of mortgage companies do it, but a few do. Churchill Mortgage is one of them. So you can go to churchillmortgage.com, contact them. They're a longtime sponsor of this show. And they can help you walk through if you have a zero credit score, no credit score at all, because you don't borrow money, and you haven't borrowed money for years, and all the accounts are closed, then you can get a mortgage. They're just going to verify your income. They're going to verify your down payment, like we used to do mortgages back in the old days. It's called underwriting a mortgage. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Check us out on Instagram, where you can watch videos, see pictures, and listen to audio of all your favorite KCAA shows. That's right, KCAA 1050 AM is now on Instagram. Go get your account.
In a family's financial plan is life insurance. Having it and having the right amount are crucial. If you died, how would your family pay the bills, put food on the table, and plan for the future? Term life insurance is protection for the ones you love. It's not complicated and it's not expensive. People need to deal with this, which is why I found a company I trust and I do business with, Xander. Please take the time to take care of your family.
This is KCAA.
Art Bell is back.
and he's coming to KCAA.
There are a lot of people who think that we are Martians, that there's a strong possibility that we are Martians. That's why I said us. No, I'm serious. There was a civilization on Mars. That might have been us or our ancestors.
Nobody is more captivating than Art Bell.
Now, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is something here that defies logical explanation.
Tune into the best. Midnight in the Desert with Art Bell.
The only way you're going to get the American people to pony up the billions of dollars, however many hundreds of billions it would be to go to Mars, the only way you're going to get them to do that is to convince them that we have a real reason to go.
Want to take a ride?
Coming July 20th. Weeknights at midnight on KCAA, 1050 AM.
In a world of boring talk, misinformation, and mindless chatter, two superheroes emerge.
Okay, that sounded manly.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Let's go!
The action.
Fridays just got real right here on KCAA. Get ready to pour yourself your favorite beverage and kick it with Ben and Alexander right here. The Happy Hour every Friday evening at 6 on KCAA 1050 AM.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, 5007 Canaan Road in Agora Hills. Or check out the savings and place your order online, VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
If you like jazz, you'll enjoy getting together with me. I'm Tommy Hawkins, a Jazz Hawk. Tune into my show, Just Jazz, Saturday nights from 10 to midnight on KCAA 1050 AM.
My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars.
We're glad you're here. You can follow me on Twitter at Dave Ramsey. Derek is on Twitter. How often should a person ask for a raise? Okay, Derek, switch shoes. You now own the company, and someone that works for you is going to ask for a raise. How often should they ask for a raise? Think about it. They work for you now. Think about it. It's good for you. How often should a person, if they work for you, ask for a raise? We do annual reviews around here, but that does not, we don't do cost of living increase. We give raises around here based on performance. And we give them when there's increased performance. So if you are consistently showing a pattern of increased value to your company, then you can ask for a raise every time you can exhibit that pattern because you're worth more. In other words, the phrase we use around here is, darling, your raise is effective when you are. You don't get a raise for sucking air around here. We got plenty of air. We don't need anybody sucking the air. Just showing up doesn't count. When you kill something, drag it home, we'll share a piece of it with you. Your raise is effective when you are. Your employer is looking for an ROI on you, a return on investment on what they invest in the payroll called you. So if you'll switch gears and look at it through the employer's eyes, I'll give somebody a raise every 20 minutes if they bring in an extra $1 million every 20 minutes. If they keep doing that, I'll keep giving them raises. See what I'm saying? They bring in an extra, I don't know, it doesn't have to be $1 million. It could be $100,000. That'd be okay. If you did it every 20 minutes, it'd be noticeable, right? So if you're doing something that's saving the money, I have a relative that's a friend of mine that's sent me, young guy out of college, sent me an email the other day, and he said, I just moved this thing around for the company that I learned about when I was in school, and I was able to save the company $2.5 million. Wow. Big company, right? But, I mean, you save the company $2.5 million, that's a good time to raise your hand and go, I'm over here. There's one way to say thank you. It's got Benjamin's face on it. So, but if you're just showing up every day and you go, I'm just hanging around a lot, so you guys ought to give me a raise, that's kind of, it's a good way to get fired. They might notice you. You might have been off the radar. So when you're effective, when you're productive, when you bring savings and or revenue in, as often as you can exhibit a pattern of that, it's okay to ask for a raise. Literally, if it were every 20 minutes. Now, that's an exaggeration. It wouldn't happen. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind if somebody got a raise 3 months ago and then they come in and go, look, I just brought in this whole new thing. It's going to be doing this, this, and this. And I'd like to, I'd like you to consider that. I would consider it. I wouldn't be offended by that. Your raise is effective when you are. As the owner of the company, that would not offend me. But again, just like, and don't come in here and tell me what everybody else in the industry makes. I know that already. That's how we set the dad blame compensation package to start with. I had one guy come in and he goes, I've got like 5, he had more degrees than a thermometer. I mean, he was so degreed, he was like he was tattooed or something. It was ridiculous. And so he comes in and he says, people that have degrees like I've got, they make a lot more than I make. I said, well, then you should go find one of those places. Because we don't pay anybody around here based on their degree. We pay them when they use the knowledge that they got while they were getting the degree to enable them to kill something and drag it home. So, son, your raise is effective when you are. This is not a college. We don't pay you for your degree. You're not a professor. It's not what we do. And people that get degrees then good. Find somebody that pays for that. We pay for results. So that's how you do it, Derek. It's a good way to look at it, too. Again, a lot of things in business, if you'll flip it the other way and walk a mile in the other side's moccasins, it'll answer the question for you. If you were the owner of the company, how often would you tolerate someone working for you asking for a raise? Fairly often if they were increasing their productivity all along the way. If they weren't, you wouldn't tolerate it at all, and you might not tolerate them staying at all. LeBron is with us in Alexandria. Hi, LeBron. How are you?
Hey, Dave. I'm doing well. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I just, me and my wife just got married last year. We wanted to run some numbers by you to see if we should sell one of our cars to be over debt-free in 2 to 3 years. Household income is $151.
Mm-hmm.
The first car is paid off. It's worth $7,000, about maybe $7,500. The second car we bought it last year. The loan balance on that is $25,000. It's probably worth about $22 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess would we sell that car or the other car since it's paid off?
What other debt do you have?
The main number. The total debt is $170, mostly student loans.
Who's the doctor?
Unfortunately, neither. So I was the bad one. I went out of state for college, and then I made an excuse. And then I said I couldn't pay them, so I deferred them. And so now I'm here. But
so what do you guys do for a living?
We're both consultants, actually.
Okay. All right. So you got a big chunk of student loan debt, and you really need to attack that student loan debt desperately. and you got a $25,000 car. Yeah, I'm selling the $25,000 car.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sad, but I mean, the car's not out of line. It's the student loans that are out of line. But in order to be able to attack them, you need the oomph of everything you can squeeze out of your budget. When I think of squeezing out the budget, I think of taking one of those towels or washcloths and just twisting it, and every drop comes out, right? And that's what you're doing with your whole life. You just take your life and just twist it and squeeze every stinking drop out of it to get rid of $170,000 worth of debt. It's the opposite of the way you've been addressing it up until now.
Yep.
You kind of put it in the closet, out of sight, out of mind, and you're going to do just the opposite. You're going to completely focus your entire freaking life on this thing and kill it. And that will work.
Yeah, so we'll be selling his car Saturday, and hopefully we'll see you in 2 to 3 years.
Sorry. So have you gone through FPU, Financial Peace University?
Actually, we're in Class 8 tonight.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, yep. I would, because you can't be out of debt in under 2 years, and that's our general guideline, but it also applies beautifully here. Thanks for the call, man. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Joey is in Midland, Texas. Hi, Joey. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Ramsey. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, Mr. Ramsey, I'm medically retired out of the military. We're currently living in Midland, Texas. Mm-hmm. I drive trucks will deliver oil to the oil rigs. Mm-hmm. I make pretty good, a lot better than what I was making while I was in the military. But my question is, me and my wife, we've been married for 15 years. We never owned a home, but we're thinking about buying one. We have now maybe about $90,000 of debt.
What is the debt on?
Well, about $20,000 of student loan. There's a car. Well, there's 3 cars. One is about maybe $30,000. Another one is we owe about $9,000.
What do you make a year? What's your household income?
Well, I'm making about $3,000 every 2 weeks with the job. Also, I get about $2,000 every month from the military. And my wife, she works at the post office, and she averages about $1,800 every 2 weeks.
Okay. So you're making about $140 a year. That's good news. So you're making good money. But your cars are killing you, dude.
I know. And if I told you why I bought them, that'd be a whole other sermon you have to give me.
Well, you give yourself the sermon. I don't need to. But you're going to have to sell your cars and get out of debt before you start talking about buying a house. You'll be driving a $30,000 car. Let's get them sold. You're making plenty of money. Let's get rid of that stuff. And before you buy a house, you should be debt-free and have your emergency fund built. It's not what you wanted to hear, but it is what you need to do. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Well, in 2005, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and I'm an airline pilot by trade, and was told chances are you probably will, but you probably won't ever be able to be a father. When I met my wife, that was one of the first things I told her.
We just leaned on each other, and I don't think we really knew we were doing it, but we were pretty stable for each other.
I remember on our wedding day how amazing she looked. Just a few years prior, her father was in a bad car accident, and that day was the longest he was able to walk. We were making pretty good money when we first got married, and we had nothing to show for it at the end of the month. So I kept hearing about this Dave Ramsey guy on the radio. And
this is KCAA.
California headline news: San Francisco sanctuary status under all sorts of criticism in the wake of last week's shooting death of Kate Steinle on Pier 14 by an undocumented immigrant.
And if the politicians in San Francisco or in other cities that have similar sanctuary policies do not act on this, my fear is this will happen again.
Martin Halloran, who's the head of the city's Police Officers Association, backers of a death with dignity law in California, say the issue will be brought before lawmakers again. It was pulled from consideration Tuesday when it looked like it didn't have the votes for passage in a key assembly committee.
I don't think there's any feeling of giving up.
And I don't think it matters who's speaking either.
That's Deborah Ziegler, whose daughter Brittany Menard suffered from brain cancer, moved to Oregon so she could end her life ahead of expected suffering. United Airlines flights airborne again after a technical glitch prompted the airline to ground its planes nationwide. The backup resulting from those delays persists. Geico weather, lots of clouds across the state today, chance of rain up north. Jeff Scott, California News.
How does 3 days of Laugh Out Loud sound? October 2nd through the 4th is the Laughlin Laugh Fest. Imagine seeing Gabriel Iglesias.
Would you please take the money? Why are you laughing?
Frank Caliendo.
I think Richard Sherman will make a great president.
What I can't believe is that he's going to be president and playing the NFL at the same time.
Sinbad.
I thought this was a half-hour show. How long is this show? I need a carrot.
You get all these shows and more for as low as $24. Go to LaughlinLaughFest.com to get your tickets today.
I'm Jay Farner with some great news on how you could save an average of $3,000 per year on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. The HARP guidelines have changed. There's less paperwork and often no appraisal required. Call 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, 5007 Canaan Road in Agora Hills. Or check out the savings and place your order online, VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Di Rice. Experience the West's railway heritage with the largest collection of locomotives, passenger cars, freight cars, and cabooses at the Orange Empire Railway Museum in Paris. Take a ride on the museum's demonstration railway and feel the clickety-clack of street wheels. Hear the train whistles and streetcar bells. Get a grand tour, visit the gift shop, and learn about the West's railway heritage dating back to the 1870s. Trolleys and trains operate every Saturday and Sunday from 11 until 5 p.m., including major holidays. Steam trains run every third Saturday and Sunday of the month, and special events are held throughout the year, including a major annual fall event and a spring rail festival. Make plans to check out the Orange Empire Railway Museum located at South A Street in Paris. Call 951-943-3020 for more information. That's 951-943-3020, or go to oerm.org for the Orange Empire Railway Museum. And that's a look at the community calendar on KCAA 1050 AM.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org.
Voice America. Mike and Corinne are in Long Beach, California. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, guys.
Hey, Dave.
How are you?
We're doing great. We're here to do our debt-free scream.
I love it. How much have you guys paid off?
We have paid off $80,000 in 21 months.
Way to go! Making what kind of money?
We were started out about $50,000, then we went up to about $70,000, and now we're sitting around $80,000.
Excellent. What do you guys do for a living?
I'm in advertising sales online.
And I'm in office administration, and I coach gymnastics.
Cool. What big things did you sell?
Well, that's the thing is we didn't really have big things. We had yard sales quite often, sold as much as we possibly could, but we didn't actually have just one huge thing that we sold.
Okay, because $80,000 in 21 months is $40,000 every 10 months, and you were only making $50,000 when you started.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you've been on beans and rice and then some.
I have an amazing wife. She had peanut butter and jelly for us, and we stuck to your budget like nothing else.
Like peanut butter, yeah.
Our family was also really helpful with feeding us on the weekends and helping with the yard sale donations. So we had some of that extra help on the side too.
Okay, so everybody got involved, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I love it. So, oh my goodness, what kind of debt was this?
All student loans.
All of it. How long have you all been married?
We started 21 months ago. That's when we got married. We started this plan.
Oh, okay. All right. So we come home from the honeymoon, and it's off to the yard sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. So that was the plan all along from the time you got engaged. You're thinking we're going to get married, and as soon as we get home, we're going to go crazy.
Well, we heard your radio station before, and we were leaving on our honeymoon, and your book was sitting in the bookstore in the airport. And I'm sitting there, and I saw it. I was like, you know what? I might as well read this on the flight over.
Yeah.
And I didn't put it down, finished it, and I was like, we have to do this. You need to read this book. Corinne was on board right away, and it was just, we took it from there.
Oh, my gosh. He read it on the plane on his honeymoon. Oh, and he hands it to his new bride and says, we're doing this. You guys are too much. And you come home and tell your family, we're about to go crazy here.
Yes.
What'd your family say? They were obviously on board. They helped you, right?
Yeah. We were raised to not have any debt, so everybody was all about it from day one.
Cool. How old are you two?
25 and 26.
Man, you realize how you have any idea how fast a start you've got now. You do this in 21 months, you can do anything. You could do anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you guys you've learned to work together in your marriage on one of the most difficult topics in the first 21 months of your marriage. There are people who've been married 21 years that still fight every day about money.
Exactly. As hard as the thing was that we had to start with this in the beginning of our marriage, it's really helped us grow. And I mean, I don't even know where we would be right now if we didn't have to go through this to put us together and make us make decisions together and really think things through together.
Yeah. What do you guys do for a living?
I'm in sales for online advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in office administration, and I coach gymnastics.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. Good for you guys. Way to go, you two. What do you tell people? I mean, you got 25-year-olds just getting ready to get married out there that are listening to you and me right now. Mm-hmm. What do you tell them? You did it. You're heroes. You paid off $80,000 in 21 months, and they say, how did you do that? What do you tell them the secret is?
I would tell them that the secret is you can do it. You're not stuck. All you have to do is you have to work at it. You're not entitled to it, so just roll up your sleeves, stick to the budget. Know it's not going to be easy, but live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else.
I love it. What about you, Corinne? What's your advice?
Really just to get on the same page with your spouse. Like I said, it's really totally changed our marriage, and I think it should be a requirement before you get married to do something like this because it's really helped us.
You guys are fun. Well, congratulations. I'm very proud of you. You're an amazing young couple. Very well done. Rock stars. All right, Mike and Corinne, 25, 26 years old, $80,000 paid off in 21 months, making $50,000, $70,000, and $80,000 a year finally. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3,
2, 1. We're debt-free!
Way to go, you two. Man, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Brian is in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Thanks for taking my call, Dave.
Sure. How can I help?
I just had a question. I took your class about a year ago, and we are absolutely beans and rice right now. And we're just being able to make minimum payments on everything right now. And I just feel like we're not getting anywhere.
Okay. What's your household income?
60.
60. And how much is your house payment?
$850.
Okay. And how much are your car payments?
$450. We only have one car payment, and I actually sold mine.
Okay. $450 on the remaining car.
Yes. And
why didn't you sell that one?
Down in it. $14,000.
You're upside down $14,000?
I owe $14,000. I'm so far upside down, I'm afraid to sell it. We're upside down about $4,000 on it.
Well, I mean, that's 10 months of these payments.
Right.
It's not much. You must have a horrible interest rate on that loan.
Absolutely. We've made a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah. I mean, there's only two things you can do. This is what we call the log jam. You've heard that phrase, and that's from when the old lumberjacks back in the day would float the logs down the river, and they would hit the bend in the river, and they would jam up and couldn't make the corner. And it creates a stop up, and that's what you're facing. You're kind of stopped up here. And those guys had one solution to that. As bad as it was, they would lose some of their timber they'd cut, but they'd light some dynamite and throw it in the middle of it and blow it up. And so how do we blow this log jam up? Mathematically, that's what you're facing. And there's only two sides to that. It's what can we sell and what can we do to get our income up? And that's where my mind always goes, is those two directions. Are you working extra?
Yes, I working 2 jobs right now. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, okay. The second job, what's it paying?
It just depends on how quick I get it done. I'm a contractor, so I'm just picking up evening jobs.
Okay.
But,
I mean, what kind of money are you making on that?
Probably $200 to $300 a week.
Okay.
My question was, a lot of our debt is little stuff, like little $2,000 credit cards. Would it be wrong to maybe stop paying on some of them so we can pay some of the other ones off?
It doesn't fix it, though. It's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't break the log jam up. I'm thinking I'm probably going to sell the car if we can't get it. Is there nothing we can do to get the income up? Is there anything else we can sell?
We've pretty much sold everything we can and have cut everything out of our life that costs anything.
Yeah. Well, $450 would go a long way in your budget.
Right.
And that's the quick fix. The other thing I could do is reinvestigate this side job. Are you making enough? Is there something else you can do as a side job? That's included in the $60,000 you gave me?
No, that's extra. It varies so much. I try not to count on it. It's kind of like a bonus to us.
Yeah, but it's like $800 a month, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you can make $1,500 a month delivering pizzas.
Yeah.
Your wife doesn't work outside the home?
No.
How many kids have you got?
3.
Okay.
A 1, a 4, and a 5-year-old.
How long have you been working on this?
Almost a year. We went to your class just shy of a year ago.
Wow.
And it just it hurts our feelings every month when it's like all we're doing is making minimum payments and nothing's changing.
I don't blame you. I don't have a perfect clear answer. The two things that occur to me is to change something in the extra job side of the equation, see if we can add another $1,000 to the pile that way. And I really probably would consider selling this car. Because $450 goes a long way. Even if you got $4,000 more in debt, at least you got some cash flow moving that way. But not paying and then turn around and paying later doesn't really fix the equation. Sorry. You keep at it, man. I promise you keep pushing on it, it'll break loose.
Men, have you been going along just to get along? Have you been misunderstood for too long now? Well, finally, it's a show made just for you. The Men's Advocate Show with Linda Gross every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on the station that leaves no listener behind. Kcaa 1050 AM.
Dave, that she wants you to do a plusectomy on, so I'll give those to you. This is Dave's weapon.
Okay, that sounds great.
By the way, do not try that at home.
The Hutch card.
Yep.
What's a Hutch card?
Account.
Hutch Credit Union.
Yep.
Hutchison Credit Union. Okay, Credit Union, see ya. Done. What's
Alrighty.
this one?
That's like retail store.
Retail store
And I love
card.
shopping, so
Okay.
here we go.
You can shop with cash.
That's true. I can't now. There we go.
There it is. Matt and Tynan got their cards cut up. Wow, that's pretty awesome stuff.
Is
well, folks, that's what happens when you
KCAA.
come and hang out in the lobby. You get
What have I learned so far? Well, I've learned there's no one right path for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I could only do so much. My options were limited, very limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I can keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found a new career with training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I could change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
Here's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. You can win tickets to the Junior University Musical Theater presentation of The Jungle Book. Just listen to KCAA all day long and get ready to win. Are you looking for adventurous entertainment for the whole family? Then join Junior University for a musical theater experience that is unmatched under the stars at Roosevelt Bowl in Paris Hill Park. This year, it's Mugwai and the Adventures in the Heart of the Jungle as Junior University presents William R. Dixon's adaptation of The Jungle Book. Show dates are July 17th through August 1st. Starting time is 8:15 p.m. General admission is just $10 for adults, and children 12 years old and younger are just $5. Two parents and all their children under 18 years can purchase a family ticket at the box office for just $25, and you can save 20% on a family ticket if you print it out at home by going to junioruniversity.org. Listen to KCAA and win tickets to The Jungle Book. And that's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Mark Westwood.
Here's your Money Minute with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
If you follow the markets, you've probably been getting seasick lately. But what if I told you that market volatility can be a good thing? If you're a bargain hunter, this is your coupon. So keep your shopping list handy. If you're a long-term investor with plenty of time before retirement, the money going into your 401k each month will buy more shares when the markets are down. And if you have a good financial plan, you can relax while others worry, because that plan will carry you beyond today's headlines.
KCAA.
Our question of the day comes from Blinds.com. If the summer sun is making it too bright to enjoy a home office or a breakfast room, Blinds.com has the fix. UV filtering solar shades. Keep your view to the outdoors while getting rid of the glare. Go to Blinds.com, get some free samples, free shipping, better prices than the stores. Blinds.com. Today's question comes from Jennifer in Mississippi. She says, how can I be sure that we're paying as much as we can toward our debt? Is there a certain percentage of our income that should be allocated to baby step 2? No, there's not a certain percentage. You squeeze every dollar out, and as you pay off more debt, you get more excited, and what you're going to find is you're going to find things you can cut even further, because you're going to get, your primary concern is going to be continuing the excitement of paying off the debts. And so I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see that you will find other places to cut. But percentages change on that so dramatically based on your situation, based on how much you owe on your home, based on your income. The higher your income, the higher a percentage you should be able to put towards your debt, because you need less percentage to live on. In other words, the average family can live on X amount of dollars for food, regardless if they make $20,000 or if they make $100,000. They can still spend that much on food. And that percentage is a bigger percentage of $20,000 than it is $120,000. So not a certain percentage, but what you're looking for here is you stop all your investing temporarily, you stop all savings temporarily, and you list all of your debts, not counting your home, smallest to largest, and you attack in that order right down that list. And that's how you get after it. Tucson, Arizona's next. Michael's on the line. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Ramsey. Thank you for taking my call.
Certainly, sir. How can I help?
Yeah, actually, I'm a new listener since January. It started one of my coworkers, and he was listening to it. I was like, what the hell are you listening to? And he told me about you, and I said, oh, wow, interesting. Ever since, we've been riding along. Well, I've been riding along. I started my own business in January, so now I have the radio to myself. So, but we're falling as a family into a little tight situation now. Our son is going to college. Yay. However, it caught us out of surprise to how much funds and how much college costs is so high here in Arizona. So my question is, as a small business, they're not covering him only 75, 85%. We're at $110,000 in debt right now. We started with baby step number one. We're at a savings of $1,000. And like I said, we're just starting. We have approximately 2 months of savings. We were trying to do the 6 months. The next step was 6 months savings as a backup for emergency. I don't know what to do. We're stuck. My next thing is I was talking to my wife, and we're going to try to see how we could get into this Financial Peace University so we could get guidance. But right now we're stuck with my son going to college, $6,500 for the year.
What is the $110,000 in debt?
That is $85,000 on the house and $25,000 on a truck.
Okay. And what is your household income going to be this year?
Now, we were $110,000 last year. My wife just got laid off, and that's another thing too. So as
what was she making?
She was making $70,000.
Okay, and you made $40,000.
And I make $40,000, correct.
Okay.
This year, I'm hoping to be at least a $50,000 to $60,000 as a small business. I'm bringing in between $3,200.
What field is she in?
She is in, I guess, the courts, within the courts, the Supreme Court area.
Okay, so she got laid off from the government?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. And is that a permanent layoff?
It is a permanent layoff. It was a whole department, and that's a different discussion here in the government of Arizona. But
so how is the...
here in the government of Arizona. But
so how is how's the job hunt going?
The job hunt, she's had 3 interviews so far, from law firms to private firms.
Okay. So what do you think she'll be making when she lands something?
My understanding is she'll probably be starting from medium pay of $45,000 to $50,000.
Okay, so we'll get your income back up to the 100 range. Then it sounds like. Okay.
Correct.
All right. And you need $6,500 for him to go to school in the fall.
That is correct.
And we've got 2 months to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
I currently have a truck. I know, well, blue book value is $12,000. If I really need to sell it, I can turn around and I can sell it between $9,500, which an individual already had offered. So,
so that covers school for the first semester.
Correct.
All right. What are we going to do for the second semester?
Well, I'm just hoping he's smart enough to continue searching for scholarships, applying for scholarships.
No, we need a plan. We don't need a hope. So the plan is he needs to be working all summer.
Okay.
And he needs to make as much as he can make before he goes to school. He needs to be working while he's in school.
Correct.
Because he's got to save up $6,500 by next fall.
Okay.
And you can help him get started with his first semester, and you may be able to help him a little by next spring, but all through the fall, he's got to have his eye on that $6,500 ball again.
Right, and that's what I've been, we've been kind of cramming that in his head.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough your first year. We went to college. We know how tough it is.
Yeah. You apply for 1,000 scholarships, you get 2, and you work like a crazy person, and you don't go out. You don't get to go out and go partying and do all this other stuff. You're trying to get through school.
Correct.
That's what you're trying to do. It's the main thing here. And can he do all this and live at home?
Unfortunately, he's going up north, so no, he's looking into staying in dorms.
Okay, all right. And $6,500 covers all that?
That was from the Pell Grant or the FAFSA. 65 was the extra that did not get covered from the scholarships or any additional.
And that includes the dorm and the dorm food?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. You need to double-check that. I'm not sure if FAFSA is a reliable source in that regard. I think you need to talk to the university and look at their actual costs.
Okay.
What school is he talking about going to?
NAU.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So it's in-state tuition, and we got to work that through. And if by next spring you haven't gotten some real headway made on paying off your truck, you're probably going to have to look at getting rid of that truck to get rid of that car payment.
Okay.
But I think you can turn this. It sounds like you can. We're not to build up the 3 to 6 months of expenses until you get your truck paid off. That's baby step 2 is debt-free, everything but the house. And so that's your all's plan. But hang on, I'll put you guys through Financial Peace University. You and your wife get in there, and then when you get this stuff straightened out and you get yourself going and you get your kid through college without any debt because of this, I want you to turn around and buy this class for somebody and send them through. So hold on, and Kelly will pick up, and we'll get you signed up for that. Here's the thing about college, folks. The number one problem with college expense, the number one mistake people make is college selection. They select a college they can't afford. Now, that young man, Michael's son, has selected a college he can afford. It's a most affordable college in-state tuition. You can do community college for 2 years and stay at home and knock out your basics and then move up to the 4-year university. That's another way to do it to cut costs even further. But college selection, where people choose to go to school, is the primary problem with college expense. It's the number one problem. And you can solve a lot of your college strain with selecting a cheaper school. Really can. That's the first thing you look at. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
I'm Chris Maurer, CNBC Business Radio. It's the day of the computer glitches. The New York Stock Exchange was hit by an outage late this morning due to technical problems and only just resumed trading.